with Bella. I'm your host, Bella. Tonight we have a special guest. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, you guys, I'm Dre from Columbia, South Carolina. I just moved here to Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm a creative director and a social media manager and also a videographer.
So, Dre, what inspired you to pursue this field of work?
I definitely would say so. I used to be the one that's in front of the camera, and I used to do a lot of photo shoots, and I started securing a lot of brand deals. And one day, I think I fell out of love with it, and I just didn't want to be in front of the camera no more. But I also prayed to God, and I told God that I want to still create, but I don't think I should be the one that's in front of the camera. And it was also around the time when I was really, really sad about the fact that I couldn't create. And I just remember praying to God. I was just like, God, bring me something. And I remember one day he brought me my business. And from there, I've just been going with my business and just continuing to stay inspired by I take my breaks, of course, but just meeting new people and seeing that I do have a gift. And I get that a lot is that what I do is actually a gift. So me feeling like I'm fulfilling God's will for me, it's what keeps me inspired. I'm like, okay, I'm doing something right. So I know I'm doing
Yeah, because it's amazing.
something. Thank
I,
you.
I seen your work on Instagram, and your Instagram page is definitely the definition of your talent.
Mhm.
And I love how you show it all.
Yeah.
Like you don't put one thing and then another thing. You will have to comb through your Instagram to find a
Hmm.
picture of you.
Yeah, that's true.
Everything is your work, and I like that. So, what's one early project that made you realize that this is what you want to do? This is what you're meant to do.
I would say there's a photographer out there. His name is Sean Hanna. And for the longest, he's like a big celebrity photographer. And when I started my business, I said, 10 years down the line, I'm gonna work with him. I said, 10 years, I'm gonna work with him. And in my first year, I worked with him.
Oh, that's great.
And I remember I shocked myself when the opportunity presented itself. I was shocked, but I knew that I was confident enough to go do it. So I went and did it. And it was honestly one of those moments where I realized like I'm on the right path. And just seeing the different opportunities that came to me, I'm like, I'm on the right path. But I definitely would say that shoot was one of those shoots where I really realized my talent. And I said, wow, I can really do something. So I just kept from there, I just kept working. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna keep doing this. So that's where it's been since then.
Duh. So, in your own words, from your experiences, what is your definition of creative director?
I would say my definition of creative director would definitely be just taking control. I try to make my business an experience to where the client just shows up and they trust me so much to where they just show up. I'll tell them how to get their hair done, how to get their makeup done, what to wear. But creative directing is overall taking control and telling a story through your work. I feel like I've been through a lot that I've been able to tell through my work, and you can see it through my work. Every photo shoot has a story, every photo shoot has a meaning. And I definitely would say with creative direction, the point of it is to express your artistic style for other people and allowing them to end up with a photo shoot that's completely outside the box because this creativity. So when there that it just makes because a lot of times you'll see photo shoots and they all look the same, but then you see the ones that stand out and it's always a creative director behind it.
Do you think your experiences in front of the camera is what helped you manifest your visions behind the camera?
For sure. I think that me being in front of the camera so much, I learned how to work a camera and I learned how to become comfortable in front of the camera. And I learned a lot about posing. I learned a lot about just having photo shoots that stand out. Your shoot should never be the same as somebody else's. So, and I remember when I would do a lot of photo shoots, the reason why I secured so many deals was because my photo shoot stood out. And just having that experience is what it keeps driving my business to go do bigger and better things. I think sometimes I really do surprise myself with what I can do. Like I'm like, wow, I really did that. So
So, what's a typical day look like to you?
oh, a typical day for me is really crazy actually. Like I wake up every day at 7:30, 7:50. Usually I start off my day by praying. I never start my day off without praying. I won't check my phone. I won't do anything else but pray. And then once I pray, it's usually responding back to clients because clients will text me 2 o'clock in the morning,
Mm.
3 o'clock in the morning, and they do not care. They will text me all day and want their shoot to be executed. So I definitely would say after that, texting them back, I'm starting it. Plan shoots out, doing the styling. I might go to a store and pull pieces, different fashion pieces, go look at locations for a shoot, and just overall coming up with the shoot and making sure it has meaning behind it. And then in between that, I'll probably, because I'm also a social media manager for a lot of different businesses in Charlotte. So I'll probably go to one of my clients and film their content, edit it, get it ready to post for the month because I try to keep them on a schedule where for the entire month, your content should be shot at the beginning of the month, and then that by the middle of the month we're working on the next month. So definitely going in, getting a lot of content done. I would say after that, responding back to emails, going to a coffee shop or something, just trying to stay caught
Breathe.
up, breathe. And that's one thing that I'm actually working, just breathing, like just giving myself some time. I work so much. I feel like I work 24 hours a day sometimes, but just giving myself time to breathe because I feel like when I'm not 100%, my business isn't.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I'm definitely unlearning. And also, I would say throughout my day, I'm training. I'm training a lot of two new people up under me to kind of start stepping in and learning what I do, so that way I can build my team. So a typical day for me is pretty crazy, but
Yeah, it
it's
sounds
worth
like
it.
it.
It's definitely worth it. Like it's worth it.
So, how do you balance creative vision with business goals?
I'm learning more now. I feel like I used to, when I started my business, I will say that I didn't necessarily have a long term goal. I just knew this is something I wanted to do in a moment. But as my business is growing, I'm like, okay, I have to have a plan. 5 years, 10 years from now, I have to know what direction my business is going. So making that time to balance is actually something that I'm still learning to work on. I'm still every day I'm doing something new. Whether it's I might sit outside in silence, and I also get a lot of my ideas from going out and walking around and just being in silence because ideas will come to me and
Yeah.
I'll kind of store them. I'm like, okay, I can do this for that and do this for that. But definitely starting to make more time to prioritize both because I'm like, at the end of the day, it's not a business that's just going to last a year. Like I know my business is going to last 5, 10, 20 years. And I want to be able to leave it for, if I have kids one day, I want to be able to leave it for them and just overall have a mark that is like, okay, I knew he was the one that did it.
So, how do you have like two schedules? Like you have one schedule, one board for your social media stuff, and the other board for your creative director stuff. Like, do they ever overlap?
They always overlap. They always overlap. And it's like one thing that I'm working on is time management because sometimes I'll overbook myself. I have
Mhm.
so many clients to where I'll be with the client from 1:30 to 2:30, but then I'm having to hurry up because I have to meet the next client at 2:45. So it's like sometimes my schedule does overlap. But I'm just glad I remember that I told God, I said, God, I can't do it on my own. And it's like slowly God started to make a team for me and having my assistant. I have days where I'll send her to a client and I'm like, hey, this is what you have to shoot at the beginning of the week. She'll know that way she'll go just edit it once I get home.
Okay.
So I definitely have where my schedule overlaps. Like it was crazy. Like I was just running around getting this done, getting that done because I'm also planning new to expand my business. I'm also getting ready to rebrand my business. So it's like, and then I just got back from Atlanta doing podcasts and photo shoots. So even while I was there, it's like, and that was supposed to be a vacation trip, but
It
that
ended up
turned
a
into
work
a work
trip.
trip. Yeah. So it's like, I really don't get any time off my schedule. It's definitely a crazy schedule.
So, how do you approach a new project from concept to execution?
So I definitely always start off by getting to know the client. One thing that I will say about my business that I love is that all of my clients can vouch that I form friendships with my clients. Most of my clients now, I will say I still have a bond with them where we talk even outside of business.
Hmm.
So just get to know them helps me. And then I'll once I get to know them, I'll start coming up with a concept. And usually with the concept is something that stands out to me, something that I haven't seen anyone else do, but still caters to their needs and what the message that they're trying to communicate. And from there, the concepts honestly just start coming to me. That's how I know it's a gift because I don't have to overthink. It just naturally comes to me. I'm like, okay, I want to do this. And then usually it's pulling pictures to where they can, what I have to do a lot of times is go on Pinterest and pull pictures from Pinterest so that they can see what's going on in my head because I know what's going on, but they don't always know. So putting together mood boards, putting together styling mood boards where they can see, okay, this is what I'm going to wear, this is what I'm going to shoot, this is how I'm going to pose. So that's usually how the concept process goes.
So when you have your creative blocks, where do you draw your inspiration from?
Usually when I have my creators blocks, I usually just think about how my business started. It started from being so angry, and I put myself in that moment where I couldn't create. And I just remember that when I couldn't create, it was just such a dark. And as I just started to trust myself more. I was able to create again. So when I get to a point where I'm having a creative block, I put myself in that moment again where I feel exactly what I felt in that moment. And then I usually will pray. Prayer gets me through a lot. I tell God all the time, like, God, I'm not there. Like today, I'm not 100%. I can't create. I can't do anything. And usually it all starts with me cleaning up my space, my apartment, cleaning up my business things. And then from there, my brain doesn't feel as cluttered. And my brain doesn't feel as cluttered, the ideas kind of start coming to me.
Is that also how you keep your ideas fresh and innovative?
Yes, that and traveling. I
Yeah.
travel. My friends will tell you I take a trip all the time. You will look at my social media and be like, this boy is never home. Like I travel a lot because when I travel, I get ideas. Like I went to Dominican Republic recently, maybe like 3 weeks ago, and I went out there and I had so many ideas from shoots. Just seeing different architecture, seeing different artistic pieces that they have out there. I'm like, wow, I want to bring that back to the States and recreate that in my own way.
Mm.
And just random trips. Also, I replace a lot of my scrolling time now with scrolling on Pinterest. I get a lot of my ideas and stuff. I get them from Pinterest. Like I'll start to generate ideas from seeing other things. Like, hey, I want to recreate that in my own way. And also just magazines, definitely editorial magazines. They have direction on business and coming up with concepts and things.
Okay. So collaborate, like bring your social media to your creative director.
Yeah, all the time. I actually use my social media. I think that's why I got to where I am. I went to school. I didn't finish, but I went to school for social media marketing. So I learned a lot about using your social media and how emotion sells, different selling techniques with my business Instagram, and I show them the process. Like I'll take them along with me, like, hey, come along with me today as we go create direct this shoot, or come along with me as we go shoot this content. And I'm learning how to use my personal brand to push my business brand, and it definitely works because sometimes people will reach out to me just off of the strength of liking me as a person. Like, hey, I want to work with you. They don't. I had somebody to reach out to me and they didn't even know what I did for a living. They was like, I want to work with you. And once they figured out what I did, it worked out. Now that's a client that I actually am traveling to her in 2 weeks to go to Florida. So it's definitely, I definitely use my social media to integrate with my business a lot.
So with your team, how do you lead and motivate them? Um,
I push them to get to know God. I push my team to get to know God a
yes.
lot. Like I have an assistant, and I could tell that God is using me to bring her closer to Him. And she always says that she feels like God called her to serve, but she had a job at a restaurant, and she realized that that wasn't the serving that God wanted her to do. And I think God brought us closer together because He knew I could pull that out of her. So lately, it's just been me telling her more about God, getting close to God, reading your Bible, talking to God more. And I think them seeing me so close to God and seeing how God literally uses me, and he he continues to use me, he continues to build me up, build my business up. I think by them seeing that, they're like, okay, it's possible. And from them seeing that, it motivated, okay, let me show up. And it's even inspiring her to start her own business. And I know one day she's gonna have to not be my assistant, which I'm sad about. But I'm still always proud of her because I feel like one thing I always tell God is use me for your will. And I feel like one of the things God called me to do is to bring people closer to him, but also to help people recognize their own talent.
Yeah.
And I definitely think that every day that I come in contact with somebody, I think that I'm doing what God called me to do, and I see it through her. I just see how much her life is turning around, um, and how I can tell that she's finally operating out of her purpose. And I think that that's the best feeling ever. And to see that even me coming here today, it motivated her. I know that the things that I'm doing and just stepping out on faith and not being scared, because I used to operate out of fear. And that's one thing that me and my therapist are talking about a lot lately is stop operating out of fear. And I think by them seeing me stop operating out of fear is pushing them to motivate them to do better.
Do you think that's how you are gonna hire your team through the way you see your visions and stuff, and
Mhm.
them knowing their spiritual life also?
Yeah, for sure. I think that I come in contact with people all the time that they'll ask me like, "Oh, I want to work with you," and I'll get to know them, and I'll see that I don't think it aligns spiritually. And I'm just like, my business is a business that God created. I tell everybody that is a gift from God that I take care of. I do not,
Yeah.
um, I never will do anything outside of what God calls me to do. And I think that even when it comes to my team, I ask God first. I'm like, God, is this somebody I should be around? Is this somebody that should be working for me? Because I look at everybody that's around me and they will tell you, I am extremely hard on them. When you are a part of my team, you're a reflection of me. And I
Yes.
feel like my brand and my business is so important to me that I want everybody on my team to be the same way. So I definitely think that that's a part of the process when I'm looking at bringing on different people. I'm like, okay,
Hmm.
what's your relationship like with God? And how do you know that this is something that you were called to do? You know, how do you know that this
Hmm.
is a gift? How do you know that this isn't something that you're just doing for the money? Because if you're just doing it for the money, it's never gonna work because
Yeah.
there has to be some type of passion when you're working with me.
Can you share a time where you had to mediate between a client's vision and your creative?
Oh God, I play struggle because clients do hire you to take on the shoot, but you their vision,
Hmm.
and sometimes there are times when their vision it it just doesn't align with who they are, and I feel like I can sense when a vision is too big for a client, when you're not used to being in front of the camera but you want to do this big production shoot that requires editorial posing that you haven't had any training on editorial posing. So that definitely is a thing a lot of times, but I think it's also about how I communicate it. In this past year, I definitely have learned more about just speaking up. I used to not trust my own voice. I used to not trust my own ideas. But then once I started getting closer to God, it's like God helped me to see that I know what I'm talking about a lot of times. So tell them like, hey, I just don't think it's the vision, or I think that maybe not. Let's save this shoot for 2 months down the line. Once you've done a couple shoots, you're comfortable in front of the camera. But
Hmm.
it's definitely a everyday struggle with being a creative director. But you just have to know that yes, you are here to execute their shoot, but it's also about your vision. So it's like sometimes we may butt heads, but it's definitely in a productive way because every time we get to a shoot and they trust me, like it came out perfect. Like they know it came out perfect. So I think that's a really good thing to see that, when they let go of that control and they just let
Hmm.
me work. I love
And then they happy with it.
it. For sure.
So, how do you give and receive feedback in a way that fuels creativity rather than shuts it down?
Being okay with criticism. I used to hate criticism. Oh my God, I used to hate criticism. I don't know why. I never want nobody to tell me, oh, you didn't do this good enough. But now that I'm okay with it, when they tell me you didn't do this good enough, or you could have did this better, it pushes me. It's like, okay, I could have did this better. And then it only helps my business. I actually just had a situation like that recently where someone told me, they were like, hey, the shoot was perfect. you could have did this better. And it's a moment when I was texting back, I was a little bit upset, and I started my response was a little bit upset, but then I remember before I even pressed send, I gave myself 10 seconds, and I ended up deleting that whole message. And I said, you know what, you're right. And instead of me getting offended, I asked them, I said, do you have any resources that could help me learn how to do this better? And they ended up sending me some resources, and now I know. And it was something simple that I should have known when I started my business, but at the end of the day, I'm still every day I'm learning something new with my business, and I'm still young. I'm only 23, so I'm still learning a lot with my business. Yeah, so I'm extremely, and that's one thing that I'm learning to stop being so hard on myself. My friends will tell you, you would think, because I'm always pushing myself to like, what can I do next? What can I do next? But I realized that I tell myself every day, you are only 23, and the amount of things you've done at 23
Yes.
is
And
crazy.
what amazes me is your speech and your tone and like your
Mhm.
accountability for all of this
Mhm.
is past 23.
Mhm.
Like you shouldn't be as hard on yourself as you is, but you
Mhm.
should always. It's just amazing. Like
Mhm.
I'm sitting here like, dang, 23.
Mhm.
Woo, my maturity level at
Yeah.
23. Like it wasn't like this.
Mhm.
It's beautiful.
Thank
And the
you.
experiences that, like, for you to talk, you would think that you've been through a lifetime of
Mhm.
stuff.
Mhm.
And the I can hear your vision in it.
Mhm.
I can hear your vision, and when you speak about your what you want to do, like I can see it. Like
Mhm.
you don't catch that too much with
Right.
people, because people say I want to do this, I want to do that, and you be like, okay. But when you say what you're doing and what you want to do, like I can like see it being
Mhm.
executed.
Yeah.
It's like watching your journey.
Mhm. And it's honestly like, I just had a moment like 2 weeks ago where I went back and I recorded a video about a year and a half ago when I was sad. I recorded a video to myself, and I told myself exactly where I would be. And I went back and watched it, and I said, I have accomplished everything I said. And um I have so many moments where I'm around older people that are older than me, and they will tell me, they're like, you would have never known that you're only 23. Like
Exactly.
and I think that's one of the things that it shocks me that people can't tell. Because in my head, I'm like, everybody can tell I'm young, but no,
Mm-mm.
they tell me something. You just carry yourself different. I think that that's one of the things that affects how I carry myself, is that a lot of people my age, they don't see themselves how God see them. And one of the things that I prayed for um, this year, I told God, I said, God, allow me to see myself how you see me, and allow me to carry myself how you see me. And even before I came and did this interview, I said, God, carry me through this interview, and you speak through me, because there's something that somebody's going to pick up on, that
Yes.
they are going to know that's from God and that's meant for me to hear.
Hmm.
And I think just seeing how I carry myself, how God wants me to carry myself, is what makes me so proud of myself. I'm like, how can I not be proud of myself? And
Yes,
I,
because
yeah.
you you have a lot.
Mhm.
Like, and you have a lot, and you value everything that you have, and that's the beautiful part about it. And your work speaks for itself.
Mhm. Thank
Man,
you.
it's
You thank you.
So what trends excite you the most right now?
Definitely editorial fashion. I've I don't know what shifted lately, but I went through this whole thing where I told my friends, I say, we're changing everything in my business, because I told myself by the end of this year I'm gonna work in bold. I know it, I feel it, and I definitely would say those trends, just seeing the creative shoots, but how there's creativity, but also simplicity at the same time. And you don't always have to be over the top to have the most creative shoot.
No, it be the simple things. Oh
The
my
simple
God.
things are the shoots that you really like, wow. Like, and it's me educate myself on posing, lighting. Like now, with me not being afraid to speak up, I'm like, hey, I'll tell the photographer, I'm like, hey, I don't like this lighting. I think that we can change it. And it makes the shoot 10 times better. Like, and I think just seeing those trends and seeing how people are starting to want to be more creative and not being afraid to be creative and not being afraid to be different. It's definitely good to see, because it motivates me. I'm like, okay, if they're not afraid to do it, why am I afraid to do it? And I have a business doing it, so I definitely can't be afraid to do
Yeah, that.
it.
How do you see the technology? Ooh. how do you see the technology in the future of creativity and design?
I think I worry about it. Things with like AI, and
Oh, that's it changing. That's I'm sorry.
I definitely think that I've sometimes I get a little scared because AI is starting to do a lot. Like, I was looking the other day, you can now plan a shoot with AI and they will make it come to life. Like, but I know that you can't take away talent. You know, a robot can't take away talent. And I have so many moments where I'm like, wow, like technology is really advancing, and I'm like, I have to stay ahead. So like I'll educate myself on AI, or I'll educate myself on what's the technology that people are shifting to. But I definitely have my moments where I worry about technology, but I know that
Yeah.
it's only going to help me. A lot of times I use things like Chat GPT now, um, to I don't, because I used to spend so much time making responses to client. I'll go to ChatGPT and like, hey, can you type this up for me? And then they'll type it up. I change it to fit how I wanted to say it, or
Hmm.
even coming up with like content calendars for myself, because sometimes I can't pay attention to my own content. I have to pay attention to everybody else's. So I think that technology definitely is, it has its ups and its downs, but I think that I'm trying to learn how to, look at the positive side of it, because I'm like, it could definitely take, I don't think it won't ever take my business, because I feel like my business is, God gave me that. You can't take that. But I definitely have moments I'm like, okay, like technology is definitely
Do you
expanding.
think that AI is kind of take away from the natural talent of stuff? Like because with AI you can add stuff,
Mhm,
and all of that. Whereas you had to naturally do it or naturally
mhm,
put it in,
mm.
like don't.
I definitely think so. I think I even have moments where I'll see a shoot that AI put together, and I'm like, it just I definitely respect it, but then it's like as a creative, I don't respect it, because it's like I put so much time. Like a lot of shoots, I put in 8-10 hours into
Hmm.
planning it, and then just to see that like the AI will generate it, and then it'll have everything, but you can see that it's almost too perfect.
Yeah.
And I do think that there's a such thing as a shoot being too perfect.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I definitely have my moments where I'm like, all right, yeah.
um, what's the most challenging project you've ever worked on, and what did you learn from it? What did you learn from it?
Oh God. Definitely there's a shoot on my page that is like pearls everywhere. It's my most recent shoot. It was a birthday shoot. And it's with one of my clients, Tashi. And she pushes me every year. Every year she texts me 2 days before her birthday. She's like, hey, I want to shoot. And I have 24 hours to put a shoot together, and then I have to execute it that next night. We'll shoot at like 1 o'clock in the morning. That shoot was shot at 1 o'clock in the morning. I had 24 hours to put it together.
Mm,
And it can be challenging. Some days it definitely can be challenging, but I think I love a challenge. I think that's one thing I will say with my business. I love challenge. I love when, or I take that back. I don't love when clients text me and like, hey, I need you to do something the next day, but it is good every once in a while when somebody texts like, hey, I need to shoot done in 48 hours. So I'm, okay, let's do it. Like it's fun.
is that one of them things where are they one of them clients that be like, I don't like that, or do it like this? Are they also one of your difficult clients? The last minute
Yes.
ones are usually the difficult ones.
Definitely the ones that are more picky. They're going to tell you, hey, because even with the shoot, the first year I met Tashi, she texted me within 20, no, it was like 48 hours of her shoot. And she told me, hey, I need a shoot done in 24 hours. So I put it together. And when she got to the set, she was like, I don't like this. She was like, I want to change this. She was like, I think we should add more candles in. And at first, in my head, I'm like, I only had 24 hours and you still, but once I got from that and I said, you know what, she's right. We added in more candles and it added more depth. She actually taught me something in that moment that I still apply to my business to this day. I will show up with more. And if I don't use it, I don't use it. But
Hmm.
in that moment, had I not have been prepared and I didn't have enough candles, the shoot would not have looked as good as it did. But she definitely taught me something that I carry with my business. So I definitely would say the ones that are last minute are definitely the ones that's more picky, but they always bring something out of me that I need to see.
So are those your favorite ones?
No,
No.
no,
Do you
my
have a favorite project?
uh, I don't have a favorite project, but I think my favorite projects are the ones when I have the time to plan. I have a lot of clients that will text me 3 months, 4 months out from their birthday, and like, "Hey, I want to do a photo shoot. I'm go send you my deposit now, and I want you to start planning." When I have 4 months to plan, it's like the first month I'll plan it, I put it together. The second month, I'm able to see. I'm saying, "Okay, what could I have done better?" And then by the third month, I'm like, "What can I add in to elevate it?" And the fourth month is execution month, and then I'm like, this really came together. Like I've had so many shoots where once I got the set and I set it all up and we get to taking the picture, I'm like, this really came together. Like I really have so many moments where I amaze myself. I'm like, I really did that. And I think that just having that time to plan out is definitely one of the things I enjoy.
So, what advice would you give to someone aspiring to be in the social media creative field?
To trust yourself. I definitely would say trust yourself and trust in your vision. But before you even go about that vision, pray on it, because I definitely had other ideas of my business. And I feel like had I not have prayed on it, I don't think my business would be what it is today. And I think just by me praying on it and telling God, like, God, look, like whatever you want me to do. And I trusted it. And now I just always would tell someone that's coming up that wants to do what I do, trust your vision, have a goal, and know your purpose. I feel like knowing your purpose is one of the big things. I know my purpose. I know what I'm doing my business for. I know what the end goal is. I know what service I'm bringing, how it makes people feel. So those are definitely some things that I definitely would say in having a good relationship with God. Like, oh my God, this year alone, I feel like I went through so much with my business and I went through so much in my personal life. And I actually went through a lot of where God kind of sat me down and he put me by myself and he stripped me of everything. But it brought out a side of me that is so confident. And I just tell everybody, a lot of people ask like, they love to hear me talk about God. And they're like, how do you know God is real? And I tell them all the time recently, I went through a tragic event and I did not expect to go through it. And I remember the night it happened, I was so mad at God. I said some things to God that I know God probably was looking like, who is he talking to? But in that moment, I realized, I said, how can I not know God is real? I'm mad at him. Because you can't be mad at something that isn't real.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, you can't be mad at it. Some like you can say the wind is blowing too hard and you upset and you're mad at the wind, but you know it's real, you know it's there.
Mhm.
So in that moment, I realized, I said, God is real because I'm mad at him and I'm feeling these emotions towards him. And that let me know to trust God, and me trusting God helps me trust myself, and me trust myself helps me run my business. So I always tell, any creative director that comes to me asks me for advice, I'm like, trust yourself, but also find yourself in God first, and then go about your business.
So, we talked about your creative directing thing, but you also have the social media aspect of
Mhm,
it. You
mhm.
want to talk a little bit about the social media?
Yeah, so so before I even started my business, I landed a lot of brand deals. I worked with Curology, Manscaped. There's a brand called Boohoo. It's a big clothing brand. I worked with a lot of brands and I secured deals. And I educated myself early on how to manage my money with these deals. A lot of people don't know about perpetuity. A lot of people don't know about different things, but I set my contract with Curology to where I'll get paid for the rest of my life as long as that post is up, because I educated myself and I read books and I learned this and I learned that. So me securing a lot of deals with social media, it helps me learn how to get my clients brand deals. And with that, it's like my clients are always satisfied with working with me. So I use social media to my advantage. I use TikTok to my advantage. That's how I get to travel. A lot of clients, they like, because when I went to Dominican Republic, that was actually a work trip. I went out there to film content, and a lot of people ask me like, and right before that, I think I went to Florida, and right before that, I think I went to LA. And they asked me, how do you get to travel? I use TikTok to my advantage. I promote my business on TikTok heavy, and I just see the benefits of social media. Social media is a tool if you use it the right way. If you know how to use it and you know what to look for on social media, your business will grow so quick. And social media is how a lot of my clients find me. So I use social media to my advantage. I'm actually in a process now. I had deactivated I have a personal page and a business page,
Mhm.
and I deactivated my personal page so that I could focus on God. And I wanted to rebrand myself how God sees me. So I actually just did some photo shoots this weekend, and I feel like it goes along with the vision that God has for me, which is more business professional, because
Mhm.
that's where I see my business shifting. And I'm actually getting ready to come back really soon, to start posting on that page so I can kind of start um, integrating both pages, because I get a lot of traction from my personal page. So I'm just and promote my business off of this, my
Mhm.
business will grow even quicker. So that's definitely one thing that I'm working on now. We're in a final process of getting things done. I got a couple more podcasts to shoot, a couple more interviews, and then I'll be like, okay, I'm done. But
So you advertise for social media. That's what you
mhm,
do.
mhm.
So you do content.
So a lot of businesses in Charlotte, there's a lot of businesses in Charlotte that I manage their social media. And what I love the most about what I do is you would never know. Unless you know my style of editing, you would probably be able to figure it out. Like Drake must manage that content. But I love my business because you would never know I manage a lot of the social media pages I do. But what happens is a lot of times, so businesses on they'll reach out to me like, "Hey, I have a social media page. It's growing, but I just don't have the time. I can't focus on it."
Okay.
So then they'll book me to come and I shoot their content. I give them at the beginning of the month. We sit down. I come up with a content calendar. We plan out all of the content, and I'm telling them exactly what days we're shooting on, what we're shooting, and I just go to them, I execute the vision, I edit it, and then I have their social media pages to where they don't even have to log in their Instagram if they don't want to. I go and I post it all. And one of my clients, I don't even think he knows his Instagram password, because I just go in, I respond to all of the DMs he get about potential clients, people wanting to, join his business and things like that. I respond to everything. So it's almost like you have an assistant in a way,
Yeah.
but it's like a social media assistant. So it's really fun. And I think also being able to see that just off my personality alone, I can make someone comfortable with shooting social media content, and it's extremely fun. Like I get to let them see a side of them that they don't even know they have. So I think that's one of the fun parts about what I
I don't know how you time manage all of that
do.
because between the social media thing and yeah, how in the world do you what you got one of the things on your phone where it ding every time you got to do something? No.
It's all in my head. A lot of people ask me, I'm like, how do you do it? I'm like, it's in my head. And if you could spend a day with me, I tell everyone, if you could spend one day with me, you would see the way I work. You can tell this is a passion, because I will sometimes forget. I forget to eat sometimes. I don't get a lot of sleep sometimes, but I'm doing it because this is gonna pay off. One day I have a family that I want to take care of. Like I want to be able to take care of my family. I want to retire my mom. I want to be able to do everything. So it's like I know right now I'm young, I can do it. I have the energy, so let's do it. So I push myself sometimes, but I definitely would say some days I shock myself. I'm like, how did I manage to do this? Like I have nights where I won't go to sleep until 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, but I'm up every morning at 7:30, every morning getting this. They going, I'm going the entire day. But
So you have a routine? Do you have a routine?
yeah, I definitely have a routine.
That might be how you getting it done.
But sometimes that routine is like it's not a good one. It's like how this is a overworking routine. Like this is somebody that's overworking, but I still manage to make time to go to the gym. Like, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. Like, how do you manage to make time to go to the gym? I still go get my massages every 2 weeks. I do not play about that.
Yeah.
A
You
lot of
gotta
stuff that
put
I
in some
do.
me time.
Yeah, I make time all the time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a trip, go hang out with my friends, something, go sit by myself at a rooftop and just sit in silence. I do a lot, but I like it though. It keeps, I think me being busy keeps me from feeding into things that I shouldn't be feeding into, which is why I think I'm so different from people my age. And you can see that my life is going
Mhm.
in a different direction than a lot of people
Yeah.
my age.
Yeah. So how do you squeeze in the videography thing?
Oof. That is one of those things where I have to, even I'm working on time management with that, because a lot of times when you think about videography, you only think about going to go shooting the content. You're not thinking about the fact that you have to edit this content. Editing takes 3-4 hours for one video. So sometimes I have my moments where I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna have the time to edit, but I will make time, even if it's I have to push myself. You might not get no sleep, but at least your clients getting your videos back. So making time for that is definitely it's hard, but I'm learning how to do it more. It's just about having a schedule. And one thing I'm trying to establish in my schedule is that I have this day where I'm shooting content for a client, this day where I'm shooting content for myself. This is my editing day. This is my day to respond to emails. So definitely just coming up with a schedule and working with my assistant. I have to learn to trust my assistant. Oh my God, it's so hard because I'm so used to running my business by myself. So I'm learning to trust my assistant a little bit more every day. Like let her do something. Like I have my days where I'll give her my phone. I'm like, hey, you can respond back to all the clients. So she'll respond back to all the clients. She'll schedule me to do this, do that, schedule my photo shoots. And just having her do that, it allows me the time to be able to go in and edit and do the things I need to do.
So does your videography combine with your social media?
For
Okay.
sure. Yeah, a lot of times people will book me to come shoot their content for their social media. Like a lot of estheticians and lash artists and different business owners, they'll pay me to come in and shoot their content. Like, hey, I have a client today. I really want to get content of her, but I need to focus on work. So I'll go in with my camera, I'll shoot the content, I'll edit it, and I'll get it sent to them so they can post it. You would never know that I was
Oh
even there.
wow.
Mhm.
That's great.
Mhm.
Just like you do many commercials.
Yeah, all the time. I love doing them. There, actually one of my favorite things. That I'm actually wanting to do more. I need to start reaching out more, but I think sometimes I'm so consumed with my clients that do the social media and then my clients that
Hmm.
do the creative direction. I can't always focus on the videography. But I will say that I also have a team with videography too. Like I have a client that I do his social media, but I also have videographers that I pick that I like their work and I'll hire them to come. I tell them what to shoot and then they'll shoot it, they edit it and then send it to me and then I get it posted for the client. So it's definitely I even have someone that comes from Atlanta once a month just to work with me and just to get content shot. So I have a good system going. It's a good system. I
It
would
sounds
say.
like it
Yeah,
is.
it's a good system.
Lord, it sounds like it is. It's a lot.
hmm
It's definitely a lot, but it sounds like you got it
Yeah, you got to figure it out.
because in some way all of your stuff kind of combines together.
And
Like,
it's like I always tell people that all of my businesses make sense. They all work together, and
mhm.
all of my businesses are leading me into what I'm going to do 10 years from now. Like, um, I am very passionate about interior design and 3D architecture, and one day I plan to use my creative direction business to make one of a kind furniture. I That's my long term goal. I want to have a warehouse where all of my businesses are together and I have my furniture there that is exclusive. You have to really know somebody to get a piece from me. But I want to use my creative side to make these one of a kind pieces where, you could tell me, hey, my living room is a circle and I'm making a one of a kind piece for you. But it's using my business to make this piece and using my history with different creative aspects to make these pieces. So
it sounds good because it's kind of like the people who do architecture work
hmm
and like these buildings out here that look crazy.
right. I look at some of these, I'm like, wow, like architecture is coming
Hmm.
far. Like and I think that it's only going to get crazier. Like I look at the thing that they're building in Saudi Arabia. I think it's called like the Line or something. It's like a city in between glass walls.
Really?
You gotta look it up. It's nice, but that stuff like that inspires me. I'm like, if they can think of stuff like this, I can think of it.
I seen on this thing I was watching on YouTube. Well, they was watching me. And you know how you just let YouTube play and
Yeah.
start playing crazy stuff. And I happened to wake up and it was the man had a house built, but the house was like a saucer and it kind of rotated.
Oh,
It was
that's
crazy.
amazing.
I was baffled because I
Uh-huh.
said, why would you want to live on something that constantly moving?
Right, right.
Like that
And I
would
feel like
mess
that would
me up.
drive me crazy. I
Yes.
feel like sometimes I feel like people are doing stuff for the attention because it's like, what make you? He probably has a house on the side that's his main house, and then this is his for a show house. Because who
Yeah.
would want to rotate all day?
Yeah,
I
it
can
would
imagine.
make me sick. Like
Yeah,
it would actually motion sickness would kick
yeah.
in
Like
all
I'm
the
like I couldn't
time.
imagine. Like I could not imagine. I wake up, I'm looking at my street, then I go to sleep, I'm looking at my backyard. I
Hmm.
I wouldn't want to.
That I think it'd be one of the things You be thinking you high?
Yeah, you really would. You really would.
Like, wait a minute. Did I eat something
Right.
crazy?
And don't get high in the house because that's gonna
Woo.
be a bad experience.
But you be tweaking out.
Yeah, you be going crazy. You have to call your mom like, Mom, I think something wrong with me.
And then it was confusing me because it was like, how do you get out the house? If the
Right.
house rotates like that, how do you
You got to be falling when you're trying to get out. And there's no way to stop it.
the way the thing I told you I was half sleeping
Yeah, you did.
but it caught my attention, so it was like I was sitting there like I'm confused.
Uh-huh.
Like, and then it was like, what are things with you? Am I dreaming?
Right. If I dream.
But I was like, oh my God, do people really live in this thing?
Right.
Like, and then he showed like when he got off of it, the way it sat like a saucer. And it was like it sat on some type of tilt type
Uh-huh.
thing. And it tilted like the way it spin.
Right.
And I was confused because I was like, okay, so it's like one of them things where you you know how you watch that show where you gotta wait till the thing move and then you go
Oh
there,
yeah.
wipe out.
Wipe. Yeah, I was thinking of that. Like,
Woo! It I was like, I couldn't figure out how he got out the house.
Mhm.
And I don't think he could figure out because he
Yeah,
never
man.
did leave the house.
yeah, I was like, he probably struggled every day. Probably knees probably scraped up trying to get out the house every day.
Because I was confused.
Mhm.
And I said it's not possible he probably lived in that thing.
Right.
It probably one of the things where, back in the day they used to have the show on BET where the cribs.
Oh yeah, MTV Cribs or something.
Yeah.
I remember. Oh wait, no. I think MTV had MTV Cribs, and they had just had Cribs.
Mm-hmm. That's half them people probably didn't even live in no house.
Mm-hmm. They should bring back a show like that, like just do like the craziest houses in America.
Yeah, and then remember they had the 16 too when they turned Sweet 16.
Sweet 16.
When they showed them things.
I used to think my party was gonna be like that. When I say my 16th birthday, I think I went to Frankie's. I don't think I did nothing for I used to think my party was gonna be just crazy. That the TV selling me. I'm like, my mama gonna find a way to make this happen. But she made something happen. We went to Frankie's, but still went my Sweet 16 birthday.
Have you did one of those, like a crazy photo shoot for somebody?
Yes, I have. And I'm actually getting ready to do one on October 11th. It's like the client came to me. She told me the only thing her daughter told her is pink, and she told her favorite movie is Legally Blonde. So I had that. I went off of that, and I made an idea. And when I tell you the concept looks so good, and I know this is gonna be a good shoot, and I know that her daughter is gonna be so satisfied. And her daughter is kind of just letting me work. Like she's like, I trust you. So I definitely think that was a one. Like I love shoots like that. I'm
They
excited.
just let you go.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Wasn't a Legally Blonde girl? Her key color was pink, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I think that's why she kind of like correlated the two. I think
Mhm.
I like the both of these.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Have you had a wild shoot like with animals and stuff like that?
Not yet, but I really want to do a shoot with some animals. Like I really, really want to do a shoot with maybe like a lion or a snake, something crazy. I want to just push my limits. Because old me would have told you I'm too scared. I don't want to be around. But now I'm like, let's do it. Like I'm only gonna live once.
Yeah.
I just want to do it
I
all.
just don't want to die with an
Yeah,
animal.
yeah. I was like, I definitely want to do a crazy, crazy shoot. I mean, I've done shoot with like where we built a set with water. That was a crazy shoot. Having to basically build a pool was crazy. But I play now. I even look at that show. I'm like, that was actually kind of not that hard. Not knowing what I could do now, I'm like, I could do so much more. So I definitely want to do a shoot with a lion. I actually been having so many crazy ideas. I want to do a shoot in helicopters. It's so much that I want to do. When I'm going to do it, I know I'm going to do it. I just have to get the client that wants to be creative.
Yeah, somebody want to be a daredevil.
Yeah.
Because when you have to go to like a zoo or something for a lion shoot,
yeah,
you wouldn't bring your things to you.
Maybe like fly to like Thailand and do it because I know Thailand has a zoo where like the animals. I think they make the animals kind of high. I don't know. The tigers be too calm. Like there's no way. But I think I would have to like fly to Thailand or something to do a shoot like that. But I definitely know that I'm actually planning to go to Thailand for my birthday. I don't know for sure.
When your birthday?
November 15th.
And you want to go to Thailand?
And it's crazy because I'm supposed to go by myself, which is even crazier. But
so why don't you do a shoot with the lions in Thailand?
that just would be overstimulating for
That's a
me.
good birthday thing for you.
Yeah, but I think we're gonna have to wait a couple more birthdays because it's just too much to be running through my head at once. I'm gonna be thinking about the animal, then it's like the flash from the photographer. I'm just like, I don't know how this animal gonna react to the flash. So I think I'd rather try it on somebody else first. Let's see how it go on you, and then we'll try me after because I don't want to be the test dummy.
Have you had like one of them things where you know, saying something in your head you wanted to do for yourself? Like,
All the time. I'll have shoots that come to my head that I want to do. I actually had a client. I've been holding on to this idea for about 2 years now. And I said, I'm going to do it when I have the budget to do it.
mm-hmm.
But then the client came with the budget to do it and he wanted to do it. And I told him, I said, I don't think I can give you my idea because this is my idea. But something came up and was like, just let him do it. And I'm so glad I did. But I have ideas all the time. I'm like, I want to do this for myself. And I have ideas in my phone. I have a folder in my phone that says ideas for me. And it's just shoots that I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it eventually, just
Mm-hmm.
not right now. I'm gonna wait a little bit, but definitely eventually. I'll always have random moments where I'm like, I want to do this shoot for myself because I know um me knowing how comfortable I am in front of the camera, I'm like, I can execute it better
Mm-hmm.
than someone that may not be comfortable in front of the camera. So I definitely have a lot of shoots. I'm definitely going to do them. Probably for my birthday, honestly. I think this because for the last 3 years, I haven't celebrated my birthday. So I said this year I'm turning 24. We
Wait a
got to go
minute.
all out.
With all of the stuff you do, you don't celebrate your birthday?
I never celebrate my birthday.
Why?
I never celebrate because every year around my birthday, I'm either overbooked or
Okay. Or it's
um
work. Okay.
a trip falls through. I actually was doing a group trip with like 8 of my friends and it fell through. And I was just like, I'm just gonna stay home. And one year for my birthday, I just wanted to relax. So I just um had a relaxing day. I think I went and got a massage. But this year, I said this year, I feel like I've worked hard. I've done a
Yeah.
lot. Um, I'm starting to appreciate that I'm only 20, 23, turning 24. Yeah, let's do something big and fun this year. So I know the photo shoots are going to be crazy. The trip is going to be crazy. So I'm just ready to go and enjoy my birthday for once. I feel like this year has to make. That's all. I think this year for my birthday, I'm going to do multiple shoots, probably like three or four
Yeah, you're
shoots.
gonna be in Thailand. You should and put them on your page.
Right.
Do all of
Yeah.
that stuff.
Yes. And just traveling for my shoots. A lot of time I will leave Charlotte for a shoot. Out like even this weekend I went to Atlanta for a shoot. Um and just did my business shoot there because I feel like they have better creative spaces in
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte, which is something that eventually I hope to bring to Charlotte, like open up my own creative studio. But that's something I have to like look into. I have to like
But
really.
you like to move around with your stuff. You don't want
Mhm.
to stay in one spot. You need for everything to make sense. You don't want the
Yeah,
green screen and putting all that thing.
yeah. I think I like to move around, but I would love to have a home base,
Okay.
and I don't know that home base is going to be just yet because I wake up and I think I want to move to LA. I wake up and I think I want to
Mm,
move to Miami. So I don't know where my home base is going to be, but I definitely would want to open something like a studio here that's overly creative.
not at
And
all.
there's this place in Atlanta called Lux Galore Studio, and it's so many different sets that you could do photo shoots on. They even have a pool in there that you could do a shoot on. And I'm like, I would love to open up something like that in
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte. So I think by the end of this year, I want to start looking into it, and then
Mm-hmm.
next year I want to start executing. So that's a part of the plan. We'll see.
That sounds good. That
Yeah, it's
sounds
gonna
good.
happen. I'm gonna keep praying on it. I'm gonna keep telling God. So,
I'm gonna need you to do something for your birthday though.
oh, we doing a lot for my birthday.
Okay.
I'm doing a lot for my birthday this year. Like I already done braced my bank account. I said, look, I'm only living once. I'm gonna have fun. So I'm definitely gonna celebrate my birthday this year because I feel like this was one of those years I really pushed myself with my business and working, and I'm like I should
And it
enjoy it.
shows. It shows your work
Mhm.
on Instagram, like from the first one to the last one. It shows.
Mhm.
You deserve to spoil yourself.
Yeah, I looked at I went to the bottom of my page recently. I was like, just the growth, knowing what I know now. Like I'll look at old photo shoots. I'm like, I wish I would have just did this different, or I wish I. But I think that is a part of the growth process.
Yeah.
And it's not saying that I won't ever, because one day I may go back and redo some of these shoots and show the growth. But right now, I think I'm just focusing on showing what I can do, and then eventually I'll go back and redo what I've done. But yeah, I've definitely been enjoying um, what is it, like the fruits of your labor or
Yeah,
something like that.
exactly.
My therapist gets hard because I'm so big on saving my money. I will $20. Like I'll be like, oh no, my account. Let's go show this $20 gone. But my therapist has really been pushing me to start spending some of my
Yes.
money. Like, what am I holding on? And it's just sitting in an account for no reason. So now I'll, like, if I'm out and I see something that I want, I'll get it. But I'm also very smart with my money. Like I'm wanting to do like a lot more investments, investment properties, and things like that. So
Mhm.
it's like I'm finding that balance of being smart with my money, but still being young with my money. So once I find that balance,
And I don't think it's not about being young. It's about celebrating yourself.
hmm
Like, why are you making all this
right,
money for it to just sit there?
right,
You know, you understand what I'm saying?
it's out of
Like,
fear. I literally was just talking to my therapist, and I told her, I said, I think a lot of people won't spend their money out of fear because of and everybody think it's so funny, but I watch the news a lot, and I'm very educated on like economics and things like that. A lot of my friends will tell you, if you go through my search history, I'm on CNN a lot. I'm learning about stocks. I learn about
mhm.
um, investments. I learn about what's going on in the world because I'm like, there's a life outside of me, and there's real things going on in the world that I have to be prepared for. So I definitely think that a lot of time we fear spending money out of fear of what's going to happen next. It's like I know with me, I can speak on me. Sometimes I'll want to spend money, but I'm like, what if something crashed today? Like I want to make sure I have this money to be good, but I'm learning like you can't look at life like that. Like I look at
And you need to
how
stop watching the news. You
I
need to
want
stop
to.
watching the news.
I want to, but it's so much crazy stuff going on in this world. I'm like, I need to
Yeah.
be somewhat educated
Mm-mm.
because when it hit the fan, I need to be ready to go. Like, I already
I
got my
stopped
plan
watching the
together.
news a long time ago.
What made you stop watching news?
Panicking.
Okay, okay.
I was panicking. Like you watch the news, and when you watch the news, you hear it. And like I used to watch it so much that I leave it on, and I
Hmm.
go in another room,
Right.
just and I still want
So,
to hear it.
hmm,
And it's like you just panicking.
right.
So I started like watching the news and then going outside. I'd be scared to death. Like
Uh-huh.
I don't want to cross the street
Right.
right now, and something
Right.
might come around the corner.
Yeah.
Like I was like, no,
That is not a good way to live. I ain't gonna
it's
lie.
not.
Like I be at my moments, I'm like, you are too overly worried. Like you gotta
Yep, that's
stop
why I
watching
stopped
this.
watching the
Yeah.
news.
So, but I think a lot of reason why I watch the news is also because I would say with my just knowing that I was called to do something bigger in terms of my family.
Hmm.
I definitely think God called me to take care of my family, and I try to educate myself on different things that I can invest in where taking care of my family will be easier. Like I educate my friends all the time about Roth RAs and different things like that. They're like, "You really know what you're talking about?" I'm like, "Yeah, because I read." Like my friends will tell you, I'm quick to read a book. Like I will read, educate myself. So I definitely think that I probably should start watching the news and start maybe educate myself on economics more. But it is hard to watch news. Sometimes I just play. It's so much going on in this world.
So what's next for you?
Oh, next is just allowing God to keep growing my business. Like allowing God to, every night I pray to God, use me to show that it's possible, and use me to show that when you trust, it happens, and use me to motivate someone to trust in you. So definitely, and then I just see my business just growing. I see it's going to grow rapidly. I think by this time next year, when I come back here, you gonna be like, wow, like it's just gonna see like working with. I have
Next year, you probably have office space,
yes, for sure.
secretaries,
Hmm.
and
That's definitely the plan. Like I always say I should be working on my warehouse.
yes,
I should
the
be
office
like
space.
just building. I just see like the direction I'm going in,
Hmm.
and I know that what's next for me is just big. I think sometimes I can't even like think about the idea of where I came from versus where I'm going. Like even now when I go home to Columbia, I'm just like just knowing where I came from is so crazy. Like it's seeing how much my business has grown, seeing how far ahead I am for my age. Like
It
I
definitely.
I have so many people that like for your age, I can only imagine once you turn 27. It's like when I think about it, I'm like for my just next for my business is just keep working hard. Um doing more outside the box shoots. I see myself doing some crazy shoots. Um just stepping out on faith, promoting myself more, growing my brand, educating myself. I think every day I try to learn something new. I hope to keep learning new things with my business and just I just think that I get excited just think about where my business is going because I know that it's because like a lot of times my business I'll come up with a photo shoot and I'll pitch it to a client and they'll say, "Oh, I don't think I like." And it's crazy because this happened recently. I came up with the photo shoot idea and I pitched it to a client and she said, "I don't think this shoot will go over well." And I'm not even playing. A month later, I saw Beyonce did that exact idea on the cover of a magazine, and I said that lets me know that I have the ideas. I'm just in the wrong. I need to pitch myself to a bigger clientele. So that's one thing that I'm working on now is just not being afraid. Like I know like the rest of this year, next year is just going to be working with big names, like and having a team and pushing my own brand and going back to school and I just
What are you
know
going back to school for?
I want to go back to school for 3D rendering and
Okay.
architecture. That's the
Okay.
plan. And um, I'll probably like minor, like, because I started school and I started with social media marketing
Hmm.
and I never fully finished. So I think that eventually I will go back and fully finish that.
Well, you already had started. Does the Soul Raw Creatives, does that embody the videography and the social
Mhm.
media? So it's everything in one.
Yeah, and then it's, actually with my business name, I'm actually getting ready. That's what this whole thing is going into. It's like I'm getting ready to change it because I feel like I've matured and I want my business to mature with me.
Okay.
And I think about the fact that I know I'm going to be working with these big names and I want my business name to be with me in the same mental space that I am. So um eventually I'll change it to where you'll know everything that falls up under it.
Hmm.
Because I think right now a lot of people just think I only do the creative direction, and now it's time to show that I do a lot more than creative
Yeah.
direction. So
Hmm.
yeah, it'll definitely it'll all make sense. It's all gonna make sense for sure. I know.
So how are you gonna be able to? So because you're known for Soul Raw Creative, so
Mhm.
are you gonna keep the name but add something extra to it, or
I'm dropping it completely.
drop it
Um,
completely?
and I've thought on this for at least 6 months now because I haven't posted on my personal page in about 2 years. I took a long break. That break was only supposed to be 2 months, and it ended up taking 2 years. So I've came up with the plan. I know exactly how I'm gonna execute it. I feel like it's gonna make sense. I think the main thing is as long as people see me, they'll know my brand.
Okay.
So it's like now I really have to come in front of the camera and
Yeah.
show it. Like so
Do
they'll
you
know
miss it? Do you miss in front of the camera?
all the time. I go through so many moments where I miss just doing those shoots. I'm like, wow, like I was having so much fun. I think even me doing my business shoot, it helped me see. I was okay, like it's still a good passion for me. So I'm definitely getting more comfortable, but I definitely have moments where I'm like, I miss it, but I wouldn't change how the process worked because it's like, look at what I was given
Yeah.
through that. So yeah, I'm getting back to it, but I definitely have moments where I miss it. But it's gonna work out. I know.
It definitely is. I
Mhm.
can't wait to see
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I'm curious as to what your name gonna be. I can't wait for you.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna have to hit me up after you
Yeah,
get everything together and tell me, because
yeah.
I want to see it. Because
Uh,
are you gonna do a whole like a commercial, a
mhm,
video, and all of that, and just
mhm,
like a brand reopening and
mhm.
pull
We're
the
actually
name out?
shooting that this weekend. Actually, where I got this dude to come down from Atlanta. We're gonna shoot everything in one weekend. We're gonna get it all shot, and it'll just show my creative like where I've been at, what I've been going through, and where I'm going. And one of the main focus is the rebrand of the name. And
Oh, so you already have your name and everything.
y'all already have the name. I already have the
Oh, you're gonna have
logo.
to send it to me
I'm
after
gonna
you
send it
finish
to you.
with
I'm definitely gonna send it to you. I
it.
have t-shirts made, everything because my business now. I'm just I just like through this process that God has taken me through, He has definitely matured me, and I just feel like what's to come with my business is so mature, it's so grown, and it's just more me. And I feel like the branding is just gonna look good.
I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I want to thank you
Thank
for
you.
coming on, for being so open and honest.
Mhm.
I am excited for what you got going
Thank
on
you.
and what's coming for you.
Thank you.
And I'm definitely gonna stay in contact.
Thank you. Yeah, we definitely gonna stay in contact.
And you gotta get that Facebook page up.
Okay.
Tell your assistant to do your Facebook
Yeah, we gonna get that
page for
Facebook
you.
page up because we gotta
Because
get
I
it.
want to see. I
Yeah.
definitely want to see. And I wish you the best in
Thank
all
you.
of your adventures.
Thank you.
And you can get the tickets for your for the
Event.
award show.
Okay. Okay. And thank you for having me. Like
No,
it
it
really
is
does
my
mean-
pleasure. I'm excited for you, and I am so grateful that you
Thank
took the
you.
time out with your
Mm.
busy schedule
Yeah.
to come and sit with
Yeah.
me. Announcements, you guys. Okay, so we have season 2 of Poetry in Motion. That is tomorrow evening. Doors open at 7 p.m. and we will be at the Heist Brewery on 1030 Woodward Avenue. Be ready for powerful words, unforgettable performances, and a vibe like no other. And Friday, we have Friday Night Live coming back out, you guys. This Friday, September 5th, doors open. Show starts at 10:15. At Crown Station, 3629 North Davidson Street. Come on out and enjoy live performances, vendors, networking, drinks, and so much more. So we got a great thing, and I hope to see you guys there. And as always, stay connected.
Are you a content